I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and today we're going to be talking about the L.L.Bean Mountain Classic Cordura backpack, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Be sure to check out the full review in the link down below, and let's get into it. So starting off with the materials here, we have a 1000D Cordura nylon, which you can see here. There's a little tab label right on the front. So if you forget, that's a nice reminder. But it is that around the entire bag, and then there are YKK zippers here. On the inside, there's a 210D nylon liner, so a little less durable than the outside, but that's all right because it's on the inside. And then on the side here, there are mesh water bottle pockets. So those are fairly stretchy. For example, I could fit a Hydro Flask right in there, and it stays pretty secure. I was also able to fit a Yeti Rambler in, which is a little bit thicker and a little bit bulkier, so there were no problems on that end. And then there's a secondary water bottle pocket here on this side. I did find a little bit of staining here, which you can see even through my hand from far away. And I'm not entirely sure what it is or where it came from, so I'm not sure if it's like an oil or if it's something that'd be a little bit easier to wash off, if it would be easier, but because that mesh is so stretchy and so tightly woven, it was hard for me to get that off, so that's just kind of what it looks like now. On the back here, we have these two straps with the little slight L.L.Bean branding right here, as well as 2 loops on either strap for hooking a carabiner or anything that you want to adjust there. There's also this handle for easier grabs, quicker carrying. Overall, this reminds me a lot of a backpack that you would wear through like middle school, high school, that sort of thing. But it does, with this two-tone look, have a little bit more of an outdoorsy feel to it. And that could also be courtesy of this L.L.Bean branding right here, which has a little bit more of like a mountain, lake, foresty feel to it. So that adds as well. These zipper pulls on this front pocket, as well as this main compartment zipper, have, it feels like plastic that's covering it to prevent any fraying, since these are just kind of knotted. And then down here, there is a loop for a carabiner. I never found myself using this. You can tell it fits very flush to the actual way that the bag looks, but in general, if I'm carrying something, having something right at the center falling down feels a little bit too obvious to me. I think it would have been nice if it were somewhere else, just because I wasn't as inclined to use it since it was right here. However, if I did want to carry something, I do have these 4 rather, loops right here that give me that option. So it's not as though I was lacking it. I just noticed that this was here, and I thought it was a bit of an interesting choice. So on the outside here, there is this main pocket with this YKK zipper with a little bit of a zipper garage there. And this here is just for quick things you want to grab. So in here I usually kept my wallet, but if you are wanting to keep a little bit more security, then that's something that you can put inside the bag. So it's totally up to you and your preference, as well as a mask. And I kept hand sanitizer in here as well. So this pocket is pretty big. You can kind of see, even with how flush the bag is, there's a good amount of space in here to fit a fair amount of items. So I was able to put my keys in here, I could fit my wallet in here, I could put sunglasses in here, I could put multiple things in here, and it never really bulged out in a way that looked odd, since it does have kind of this square shaping to it, which was nice. So then going into the bag itself, it's just a standard zipper here, zips all the way around and opens up wide. So here I have a jacket that's just to keep on hand, and even with that jacket out, there's still so much space in here. So I didn't really find myself lacking storage space just because it is so open. Here I have a tech pouch for myself. There's room for an iPad and room for a notebook. So if you're someone who likes to carry a lot of stuff, this bag here is about 22 liters. So it's a good amount of space to carry all of your items. There are 2 pen loops here, or pen pockets here. So if you want to carry those on hand, this would be really good for someone who works and wants a notebook often, or school or something like that. And then this one here holds my phone, which I would often put in the front pocket as well. It just kind of depended on my preference. So there's actually, as well, if you look on this mesh pocket, there's a little phone icon, and then here there's a little laptop icon. So it's labeling the pockets for you. Obviously you couldn't put a laptop in the phone one, but you could put a phone in the laptop one, so it's just kind of like a fun little marker to remind you what each pocket is for, especially if you're trying to stick stuff in here and then you go, oh, like it could fit a phone. So it does fit any standard smartphone. And then here there's a zippered pocket which attaches to this pocket here. So this zipper pocket I found to be a little bit too small. It does fit pretty tight to the bag itself. So when I have it full with bulky items, you can kind of see the edge here of my dental floss that I have in there. It starts to bulge out a little bit. And when it bulges out a little bit, it starts to cut into being able to easily slip things into the bag. It's nothing crazy, but I found that there was enough other storage for me that I didn't need this all the time. There is this tag here, which has all of the fabric information, but then also a place for your name, address, and telephone if you do lose your backpack, which is always nice to have, so you don't need to have a luggage tag separately. It's already there on hand. And then this pocket here, I put my keys in, and it has this key leash as well. It's a little short, so if I had my keys on it and I had my backpack on, I could swing it to my front and fit it kind of in the door, but it was easier for me to just detach them entirely than to try and work with it and, you know, have it be too short and get frustrated. So that's nice to have because then it doesn't get lost in the pocket, or then you don't have to keep it in the outside pocket. But overall, it could do with a little bit more length to it. And this pocket here is the laptop pocket. So I have a 13-inch laptop and it fits in there really smoothly, but we did try a 15-inch as well and it fits really snug. So unfortunately, while you can use a 15-inch laptop in here, it does take a little bit more manpower to slip it in. You can't just easily slip it in and out like I had mine here. It's also worth noting that with these tabs here that cover the zippers, it does detract a little bit from being able to get into that laptop pocket. So if you kind of look from a top down, if I want to get into the laptop pocket, you can't even see it from here. So you kind of have to pull it back, pull it out, and then when you're pulling it out, it gets a little bit stuck here. So I found myself kind of navigating around that often. It didn't really turn into a major issue, and I did get used to knowing it was there. But if you're someone who likes to just kind of quick grab and go, that could be something that kind of turns into an issue for you. So the inside of this here is a nice kind of complementary theme with the outdoorsy theme that they have going on, both with the patterns that they have with the two tones, as well as this kind of more casual, almost like hiking look. So the bag itself is durable enough to go through quite a bit. And then if you want to stick this in here, you know, even packing it really roughly, not lining everything else up nice and tight, the bag still zips really well. You don't have really any issues getting everything in. It still looks pretty normal. You can use both water bottle pockets, or you could just use one like I did for the most part. But overall, this is a great daily backpack. So this is something that I would say would be more for commuting to and from the office, maybe going to school, going to a new job, something like that. But it's definitely something you could take with you on a trip where you're going to be doing a little bit more rougher activities, because of that 1000D Cordura nylon is going to be able to hold up to that. So there you have it, the L.L.Bean Mountain Classic Cordura pack. Check out packhacker.com for more information and the best buying options that help support the channel at no additional cost to you. Link down below. We'll see you in the next video.